So, y'all know I have to do this. Now look, I'm watching this the first time with y'all right now, so I ain't seen it already, and you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna just, just go along how it go. You know what I'm saying? I ain't had a chance to see what they talk about or nothing, but I already know this is gonna be the reason why, well, let's go.
All right, we got Grandmaster Virgil, and we have Pimpin' Ken. Virgil's been here many times, or several times. Ken, where are you from?
I'm from Milwaukee, better known as Pewaukee.
And you've been in the game a long time.
Since Jaws was a goldfish. He a shark today.
Here we go.
The game has kind of like changed so much. How active are you guys nowadays?
Well, when the laws changed their laws, when the laws changed, I changed my game. When human trafficking became a law.
Now look, before I get started, because I didn't even really hear what he was saying. Every time he'd be talking, I just be on just on some other stuff. But I'm looking at the background, right? And how they dress and how they looking. Now, if you take Virgil and crop Ken out, Virgil looking fly. Yeah, look at Virgil. Look at Virgil. Look how he matching the background. You see what I'm saying? Look, if you cut Ken out, it just put Virgil right there. Look at Virgil.
That's when I changed my game.
Mm-hmm. Do you think pimping is actually that terrible an offense?
Well,
I think that it warrants a punishment like that?
I think the misconception with the pimping is that it's been around since the ages of time. It's the world's oldest profession. However, they are criminalizing it and they're making it where it's comparable to murder, robbery, and other crimes. But it's also, and not to be, it's not a racial statement, I think it has a lot to do with the drug game. You know, young African-American men selling drugs, not selling drugs anymore. Everybody wanted to be a pimp. T.I. pimping all over the world, Ludacris pimping all over, T.I. Pimp's car, type of commercialization of the game. Then all these young people, they decide they want to be a pimp. So now that cuts a demographic, a demography in crime. So that demography is no longer there. You know, those criminals is now becoming pimps. So now you have to figure out how do you keep a system, which is the criminal justice system, mass incarceration, in place. Now, if you say, Ken, well, verify what you're saying. What is statistics? Where's the number? You know, we need a statistician. Okay, well, the stats are there. The stats says that 6% of eligibility of people who can go to jail in the African-American community is only 6%. Says America is 5% of the world's incarceration, 5% of the world's population, but 25% of the world's incarceration. In the prison system, 51% of the people that's incarcerated are young African-American men. The other 50% are Latinos, whites, Asians, and so on and so forth. So if that be true, if those statistics hold true, then that means that 12.5% of the men that's in jail are African-American men. And all of the crimes doesn't fit the time. Crack, right? Cocaine, 25 to life.
Crack.
For a little small piece of crack.
He started off with crack.
You could ride in the car with a female. You get caught in the hotel with her. You ain't got to never pimped on her. You ain't never got to break the bitch. You're facing 25 to life. I can get a girl from Virgil. I can get one of his hoes, knock him, serve him, blow his fuse, and give him the news. Hey man, I got the bitch.
Damn.
Cool. break the plate. You know what I mean? I
His
got your
hoes.
bitch. Feds come in, they grab me, they lock me and Virgil up because we both dealing with a prostitute. Even if it's 10 years, it's retroactive. So that's what's happening with the game. The game have changed so tremendously in terms of, you know, the crime factor. But they never thought about human trafficking when Hugh Hefner was doing his thing. You know, Dennis from the Bunny Ranch was doing his thing. It was cool.
Oh, it's humping. Things are just humping. It's amazing. Rain Riches, the new Black Bunny, Dress of Kisses, Bunny of the Year. We're just having a good time, laughing and giggling. It's always just hips, lips, and fingertips at the Bunny.
They was selling pussy like 94th going, 95 going west and east, but it was cool. Now all of a sudden, you have to have some type of understanding of why would this change so tremendously? Well, the real reason, and you might agree with me to some extent, most of your tricks are white, right?
Mexican white, yep.
I'm talking about in like D.C., you know, the bigger cities.
Oh, yeah,
I think
okay.
he said Boston
Because,
tricks.
you know, the guys in the bigger cities, Chicago, they think they pimps, they think they hip. But in the primary tricking area in like Washington, D.C., and I used to pimp in Washington, D.C. back in the day.
My name is Kenny Red. We are in Washington, D.C., the nation capital, the House of Representatives.
Had 16 bitches on the blade. So I seen who the customers were.
Okay,
Daddy,
16,
you won't
huh?
believe who in the room with me. Who? That guy I seen on TV, the senator. Dad, you won't believe who in the room with me, the congressman. So now you got to put yourself in the...
See, the thing that gets me with this man is when he around game god Goldie, it's player. I'm a player. You know, yeah, I used to be a pimp ass nigga. You know what I'm saying? Now, yeah, I ain't heard it lately. You know what I mean? He might have been, you know what I'm saying, listening to some of these reactions I be giving. But come on, man. Anyway, that's just, you know, shit. Damn. And that's one thing, you know, I guess he's supposed to be representing the pimping, you know what I mean? And Virgil's supposed to be representing the Mack, right? As of now, though, kids sounded more like a Mack the way he just talking. I'm just saying as far as that go, but let me. I think he's it's just hard to listen to certain things, right? Because he really a husband.
place of the congressman and the senator. What is he thinking? How in the fuck is these black guys able to get these girls whom I love so much to take all my money and give my money to them? I hate those fucking pimps. Let's go come down on human trafficking. All that shit is a result. Tricks are your politicians. Tricks are, I mean, who else can afford it? Your lawyers, you know, your doctors. These guys all go to Harvard, Yale, Princeton, Columbia University, so they all interconnected with one another. You know,
And you're saying they're angry that they can't get a girl to give them all their money.
you have to remember a black man with a beautiful blonde hair, all-American white woman. She's selling pussy for him. She getting money for him. And this guy who's a nerd who...
Oh, shit. No, look, I'm just laughing. I swear, y'all, this the same drag these niggas been running for 20, 30 years. Yeah, this is what y'all call selling a dream. Oh, shit.
went to Harvard, who graduated high honors in his class, that's one of the most smartest person on earth, control all type of hedge funds, control all type of laws and legislation, but yet the girl that he's so in love with, that he's tricking on, has this ghetto black dude with braids in his hair, walk around smoke weed all day, and she giving all her fucking money to him.
Makes people go crazy.
Dang, why you gotta
He
look like
loves her. He loves Becky. So therefore, what are you gonna do? He's gonna take his own initiative to destroy that element.
Yeah.
And that's what you see. You see a lot of people that's in Washington, D.C. and other parts of the government that are tricks that literally can't believe that this girl that they love so much is able to get his money and give it to somebody who he don't think is worthy. I hope I wasn't too long.
No, that was great. Very good explanation. So, Pimp and Ken, you describe yourself as a pimp.
Ex-pimp.
Pimp and Ken, you describe yourself as a pimp.
Ex-pimp. Ex-pimp.
Ex-pimp, right?
Right.
Ex-pimp.
Right.
Thank you. And Virgil, you describe yourself as a Mack.
I'm a Mack, yeah.
What is the difference between a Mack and a pimp?
Well, you know,
See, that's what I'm saying. Shit. There's no way they could have articulated that better than that. You know what I'm saying? He could, all the INGs, the action where, yeah, man, I'm always going to be a pimp, but I'm not pimping. And then explain that. Like you just explained all the other square shit you were just talking about, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Why don't you explain that part? Okay, shit, being a pimp ain't a crime, no. You know what I'm saying? But the pimping is. So I'm still a pimp, but I ain't, something, right? Ex-pimp ass nigga. Come on, man, stop playing. Look, and again, this is facts as far as what he says. He learned how to. He got introduced to the game in prison. I'm gonna just put it like that. He got introduced to the game in prison. He didn't want to start pimping until he went to prison and met a pimp. Or I don't even want to take that too far, but yeah, till he went to prison. See what Virgil talking about, Mr. Mack. See, now at least that, you know what I'm saying? The Mack, he owning the Mack. But let's see.
a straight pimp depends on a prostitute. A lot of people call them hoes. I call them prostitutes because you turn hoes into prostitute. You can get hoes in a regular house with housewives and girlfriends and all that because they're gonna do any and everything and not get the money for it. So
Okay, Ray, housewives, really good. We say house, what I say? What do I say? Hey, put that hoe to use. Hey, so USC, come on down. You know what I'm saying? However, listen to what he said, the difference between a prostitute and a hoe is.
that's the difference between a hoe and a prostitute.
Oh, I love you, wife.
But now, when it
Hold on, let me rewind it.
Get his money and give it to somebody who he don't think is worthy. I hope I wasn't too long.
No, that was great. Very good explanation.
Let's see.
So, Pimp and Ken, you describe yourself as a pimp.
Ex-pimp. Right.
Ex-pimp.
Right.
Thank you. And Virgil, you describe yourself as a Mack.
I'm a Mack, yeah.
What is the difference between a Mack and a pimp?
Well, you know, a straight pimp depends on a prostitute. A lot of people call them hoes. I call them prostitutes because you turn hoes into prostitute. You can get hoes in a regular house with housewives and girlfriends and all that because they're gonna do any and everything and not get the money for it. So that's the difference between a hoe and a prostitute.
I don't know what the hell this nigga just talking about. First of all, the prostitute came before the pimp. So him saying, oh, well, hoes, you turn them into prostitutes. Okay, well, what about the ones that's prostitutes first? You know what I'm saying? That you turn into hoes. For real. See, that's what I'm saying. But we listening to the Mac.
Now, when it comes to the phrase he said about a Mack does more than one thing to get his money. It's some things that's I never exposed to about the game, which I'm gonna share a little bit with you today for the first time. A lot of people have an impression that I've been a dope dealer, which I never dealt any drug, but I'm gonna break it down and tell you the levels of it. Whenever you become a dope dealer, well, you become a peddler first. You come from peddler and you grab.
First off, for sure, I'm a dope. Hey, with my dope, depending on pimping every day. You know what I'm saying? For real. Hey, hey, and for the bitch, what? Depending on prostitution every day. You know what I'm saying? Shit, for sure. I'm not dope dealer, you know. But like I say, this the pimping, you know. And when I say, you know, I mean it. For sure, I mean that. You know what I'm saying? So I'll be the dope man, you know. But yeah, that's just, you know, that's my chauvinism. You know, excuse me, y'all.
Wait.
No damn excuse me. Man, move out the way. No, for real. All right, look.
Into a dealer. A dealer graduate into a supplier. So a supplier is the one that have the brains and put in position to get back out of the way and don't do anything. Now, I've been affiliated with drugs myself, but I never touched anything. So that doesn't make me a dealer. But to take care of all of my friends and make sure that they can eat, either a lot of pimps that come through that only live off of prostitutes, she might run off, she might get drunk, she might do a lot of things she listen to other hoes do on that track, and she might do a whole lot of things because, you know, it's not what you do, it's how you do it. You might ask the woman, matter of fact, let me rephrase it. You got to go into find out what a woman's not saying, not everything that she's saying. And that's where a lot of guys lose his holes at. I'd have been 19 deep, 15 deep, 11, 12, 7. I never got moved for somebody coming serving me. I said it once before, and people don't understand what I mean by that because I didn't express it.
Well, so what? Did you graduate into a Mack? Did you graduate into a Mack? Hey, look, and did y'all see earlier how Pimping Kid looked at him when he said, that's just to the prostitute at all. I don't want to rewind it, but y'all can. That was funny. All right, but look. Yeah. You heard this nigga talking about, you heard this nigga, he talking about, he talking about, see, and that's the thing. See, we choose to only deal with that. But see, that's what I'm saying. They ain't got no real spiritualism with it, you know, when it come with this. First of all, he talking about he 15 deep and all. You ain't the pimping. So deep with who? Deep with what? What type of bitches? You ain't the pimping. Man, I mean, how long you was? I mean, what? I mean, maybe we gotta keep listening. He gonna say, "Oh well, I was pimping and then I became a Mack." So I mean, let's keep listening, cause like I said, I ain't heard it yet, you know. But as of now, what you talking about?
All the way, and that be the problem. Whenever you're not understanding what a hoe doing behind your back, what she plotting on, trying to choose somebody else.
Was a good pimp out of California, right? But he went to jail to the feds, right? And I was with this Mack named Virgil for about a year. And he made it so easy, but then I missed that pimping. And when my folks got out of the feds, the week before he got out, I ran off from Virgil. But yeah.
And you're thinking on this level, and you're not going to the level with the stuff that you haven't figured out what's on her mind. That's how you lose your hoes. I done lost hoes, but I've never been knocked off. They done ran off. So when hoes run off, you got to keep your game
he wanted to say
together.
He never got served.
You got to figure something else to do.
That's what he was saying earlier too. He never got served. Let me rewind it, cause I know some people. Oh, shove. Oh shit. Hold on. Dang. Hold on. Because I know, you keep pausing it and talking, let it go through. So I'm going to rewind it real quick. Hold on.
They can eat, either a lot of pimps that come through that only live off of prostitutes. She might run off, she might get drunk, she might do a lot of things she listen to other hoes do on that track, and she might do a whole lot of things because, you know, it's not what you do, it's how you do it. You might ask the woman, matter of fact, let me rephrase it. You got to go into find out what a woman's not saying, not everything that she's saying. And that's where a lot of guys lose his holes at. I'd have been 19 deep, 15 deep, 11, 12, 7. I never got moved for somebody coming serving me. I said it once before, and people don't understand what I mean by that because I didn't express it all the way. And that be the problem. Whenever you're not understanding what a hoe doing behind your back, what she plotting on, trying to choose somebody else, and you're thinking on this level, and you're not going to a level with the stuff that you haven't figured out what's on her mind. That's how you lose your hoes. I done lost hoes.
First off, see, he just be look. You hear what he just said? First of all, I've been this deep, and I ain't never been knocked, or I ain't never been served before. I ain't never been served. It's okay. Well, shit, pimp serve pimps if that's the case, right? Come on. Then he said, "Oh yeah, you gotta be worried about a hoe running off or choosing and whoop de whoop." Well, even in the square world, right? You got to be worried about the square bitch running off and fucking the milkman. But anyway, that's just part of the game, right? But he put a cold spin on it, and he said, "Oh well, worried about this and them two." But then he said, "But then you gotta get in their mind. You gotta know what they thinking. That's how hoes run off." Like, okay, don't that all come with knowing how they anyway? Let's go. Come on.
Hoes, but I've never been knocked off. They done ran off. So when hoes run off, you got to keep your game together. You got to figure something else to do. I started out helping my friends because I had a lot more smarts than them, had a lot more connections than them. And so I would put the money up and I would get them action and get theirs. So I was never a dealer.
Just a supplier.
Yeah, just supply. That didn't last long because I had hoes all the way from when I was 17, 18, 19, and 20. And they always say a pimp cannot mix his game. But if you just want the real about it, it's a whole lot of them mix the game. It's a whole lot that I know personally. I never told on them. When they lose their hoes go to jail, they're about to lose their cars, their house. I saved so many players. That's unbelievable. But I never said anything. So I know the difference between what's what and who's who and what they do because I was here from the beginning. So getting back to what the difference between a Mack and a pimp, that's what makes me a Mack. I knew more than one thing to do. But it was all in the name of a woman doing it. You know what I'm saying?
A woman is doing the work all
A
the time?
woman's doing everything. I'm standing back and I'm still checking traps just like I did. When they want to retire, I give them something else to do.
So give me some examples of what kind of things.
First off, see, that's what I'm saying. See, first off, I'm like, nah, look. First off, there's the thing. The pimping, for sure, right? He knows a lot of things to do. And for sure, that bitch gonna do it. But the thing is the bitch dude for sure gotta be a prostitute. You know what I'm saying? Like, she has to show you. See, he's just talking about hustling. Oh yeah, okay. I'm gonna to all that. Okay, well then, what do you do then, Mr. Man? So what? They just don't have to be hoes. Is that what it is?
Things they can do.
Well, they can follow your instructions, do a whole lot of things. They can go outside, they're thieves. They know how to sell drugs. They know how to carry drugs. They know how to do all these things. But me, I'm on the road with my team, just doing what I do. So that separates the pimping from the Mack. And that's the difference. Pimping, Mack, that's all a title. It all depends how you're taking it. I never stopped sending hoes until I retired.
Can you explain to the audience why a woman would want to, for example, sell her ass on the street and then give a pimp or a Mack all her money?
Well,
first off, that's what I'm saying. Virgil, you can't talk, right, disrespectfully in the game. If you titled and choose the title, all right, for sure you got it. For sure, it's vital, okay? Definitely. And you got to do what the title is, or you misrepresent. And this is all in all seriousness, right? You got to hear. Hold on, let's hear this one more time. Because you know what? Yeah, I might be moving a little too fast. I'll be moving a little too fast. Let's hear this one more time. Hold on.
I said it once before, and people don't understand what I mean by that because I didn't express it all the way. And that'd be the problem whenever you're not understanding what a hoe doing behind your back, what she plotting on, trying to choose somebody else, and you're thinking on this level, and you're not going to a level with the stuff that you haven't figured out what's on her mind. That's how you lose your hoes. I done lost hoes, but I've never been knocked off. They done ran off. So when hoes run off, you got to keep your game together. You got to figure something else to do. I started out helping my friends because I had a lot more smarts than them, had a lot more connections than them. And so I would put the money up.
Okay, now right there.
And I would get.
Now, I started off helping my friends. Now, remember, you're retired and all that. Now, why do you have to retire from something that, you know, hey, but just hold on. Let's look. He said, I started by helping my friends. Now, remember what I said earlier when I'm like, oh shit, that's like hustling. Just get your girls or something, get your, whatever I said. And I said, go put them on a, whatever I said earlier. Y'all know what I'm talking about. But look, the whole point is this. Listen to this nigga. I started off by helping my friends. I would get the money and save it. That's like, look, it sounds like a great scheme to me. Hold on.
Action and getting theirs. So I was never a dealer.
Just a supplier.
Yeah, just supply. That didn't last long because I had hoes all the way from when I was 17, 18, 19, 20. And they always say a pimp cannot mix his game. But if you just want the real about it, it's a whole lot of them mix the game. It's a whole lot that I know personally. I never told on them. When they lose their hoes go to jail, they're about to lose their cars, their house. I saved so many players. That's unbelievable. But I never said anything. So I know the difference between what's what and who's who and what they do because I was here from the beginning.
Look like he talking to Kings.
So getting back to what the difference between a Mack and a pimp, that's what makes me a Mack. I knew more than one thing to do. But it was all in the name of a woman doing it. You know what I'm saying?
A woman.
Okay. Because he knew more than one thing to do. Shout out to Martina. So, can a Mac be a trick too? Yeah. Martina. What I say? I said something. I said, Martina, I said, you know what? I might go back and chop it up for y'all. I don't know how I'm going to do this video. I don't know if I'm going to just do it like this. No, this isn't live. Oh, me and Superstar was live. It ain't live. But, I shouldn't even, anyway, look. Y'all gotta excuse me. All right, look. I was going to say I was going to edit it in here where she said it. But then y'all would have been like, dang. Anyway, that was funny in my brain. All right, look. Yeah, okay, we ain't live. All right, look. But this the thing. All right, but look. This the thing. You hear what he said? This nigga said, more than one thing to do. Oh, I said, Martina, I said, so, would you be with a Mac? She said, yeah. I said, what? She was like, yeah. They got all kinds of different things to do. They make it easy on a bitch. I said, so you telling me a Mac make it easier on the hoe? No. She said, they make it hard for a pimp. That's what she said. I said, oh, so they're making it harder on the pimp because they make it easier for the bitch, right? And she said, yeah, I never thought about that. Look, you go to the video, y'all can scroll down where me and Martina was talking. I ain't gonna say interview, but you know what I'm saying? We was talking on the live. Y'all got it's on the page. But look, that's where she said it, right? So he talking about, oh yeah, because I had other things to do. What's for sure the pimping do? Now look, now to be real though, but the way it ain't to be real. It's just the hoes gotta be prostitutes. Remember how I keep trying to say, get a bitch other things to do, right? But it's not necessarily just give her the other game that you have to give her. I'm saying this, with your hoe, right? The holy hoe, right? Your hoe, right? The goal would be to whatever she can do. You see what I'm saying? And enhance those things, right? But that's you bringing it out of her, though. That's you bringing it out of her. That's what I'm saying. Okay, that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? However, just giving a bitch, starting off with my friends, well, that's how you started. So your foundation of anything was, that's your game. Give me the money, I'll save it, or, whatever. I got these other ways you can make money. So I got a whole bunch of bitches on that like me or on my team and making my money. But are you taking care of? Are they giving you 100%? Are you taking care of them 100%? See, that's the difference between the pimping. That's my bitch. She got to be here. Bitch, my dog, my kid. You know what I'm saying? Shit, she got to be here, right? Come on now. That's the difference. But see, he ain't talking about that part. See, it's a whole lot more that, it's a difference between a pimp and a Mack. You know what I'm saying? The pimp is the one that's going to take care of the prostitute, But let's go. Or the hoe. Shit. Yeah, prostitute.
Is doing the work all the
Woman's
time?
doing everything. I'm standing back and I'm still checking traps, just like I did. When they want to retire.
I thought that. I put play. He said, I want everything. Hold on, let me see.
That's unbelievable. But I never said anything. So I know the difference between what's what and who's who and what they do, because I was here from the beginning. So getting back to what the difference between a Mack and a pimp, that's what makes me a Mack. I knew more than one thing to do. But it was all in the name of a woman doing it. You know what I'm saying?
A woman is doing the work all the time?
Woman's doing everything. I'm standing back and I'm still checking traps, just like I did. When they want to retire, I give them something else to do.
So give me some examples of what kind of things they can do.
Well, they can follow your instructions, do a whole lot of things. They can go aside, they're thieves. They know how to sell drugs. They know how to carry drugs. They know how to do all these things. But me, I'm on the road with my team, just doing what I do. So that separates the pimping from the Mack. And that's the difference. Pimping, Mack, that's all the title.
What the fuck he just say? See, that's what I'm saying. He said, what kind of things can they do? Oh, all type of instructions. He said they could thieve, they could sell drugs, they could carry drugs. But I'm with my team, and we're doing our thing. And see, that's the difference between what are you talking about? What are you talking about? That's your game. But see how you tried to flip it. But that's the difference between the pimping. Y'all gotta watch these slick, fast talking con men.
It all depends how you're taking it. I never stopped sending hoes until I retired.
Can you explain to the audience
confused
why a woman would want to, for example, sell her ass on the street and then give?
Right there. He said, okay, I get it. See, I'm too vicious. Look, this is why y'all see, this is what y'all need the P perspective for. Look, see, I'm really getting warmed up, to be honest. Y'all, you ever know, y'all know. It just, this ain't even really. Anyway, look. Hey, what this nigga just did. Now, this where he said, remember earlier where he was like, hoes anything. He used a square example. Oh, hoes is anything. Hoes is any, what do you say? Hoes could be housewives and they're just hoes, but a pimp, he turns them into prostitutes. Remember he said that earlier, right? But in the game, we know it's pimping and hoe. So we hear hoe, we don't mean about a hoe, right? So when he's saying this now, like, oh, well, I've had hoes. Well, his hoes, y'all always remember, don't mean the prostitute. He's just had little square, little fast, little bitches doing whatever in his brain. So just remember what a hoe is to him. So when he's saying now, oh, I've had hoes, anytime Virgil ever says he has hoes, just know that doesn't mean the prostitute. Y'all just always know that, because he doesn't look at hoes like prostitutes.
A pimp or a Mack, all her money.
Well, a woman is like this here. She have no sense of direction on her own self. She have to have another man for guidance. They know that they can go out and get the money, but once they get the money, they don't know what to do past that. So they might as well give it to somebody that know what to do for it. They got to trust them. They got to love them. They got to believe in them.
And you got to take care of them.
Yeah. And a woman that come to a player or Mack or a pimp, you got to be down by law. You got to follow his instruction, because they're going to blow the money anyway. If they're to send it to their mamas, their kids, their aunties, you know, they're going to blow the money. And they're going to stay broke. Out of all the money they be getting, they're still going to be broke.
They'll burn through it every time.
Every time. You know, you got so many dudes that claim to be top flight players. I know a bunch of them that done sold drugs. For real.
Oh,
but I don't expose nothing like that unless they step on my toes. Then I'm gonna expose you.
Yeah.
Me, I took my game to another level.
Okay.
So I took my game to another
if
level.
You
You
step
know,
on my toes, I'm gonna expose you. What's exposing me? Snitching, huh? Oh, if I'm gonna step on your toes. Oh, he sold drugs. For sure, that sounds like snitching.
the more you do, the better you get. And I always was good at using my brain. Just like Ken do when he used his brain on a lot of things. I admire that. And when we had the interview down in Atlanta, I told him, I admire what you're doing. Because I've never been a hater. This game is saturated with haters now. We didn't come up like that.
Okay, but even
You know,
stuff like
we
that. Oh, I admire what you're doing. Well, if that was real, that's what I'm saying. Genuineness. See, I see through all the fake shit. Genuineness. If that was real, why are you saying it? Oh, I admire. So what's the why? Why bring it up later? Did you say it? Did you say it to me then for manipulation so you could bring it up later now? Oh, I'm gonna tell you you admire me now, so during the conversation you can toot your horn and use this as a factual example of what happened. Come on now.
Took care of each other, watched out for each other. So, say Ken get leaking, he ain't got no bras. First thing he might think, go and do something sideways, you got to pull him to the curb, bring him back. Say, man, you ain't got to do this, man, here you go. Go out and catch you another hoe. You know, this is what he do. But if you don't have nothing to do, you're going to do something, one way or another. Whether it's go get you some money or lay dead. My problem always comes from position. That's my thing. I play from position.
That's two pieces.
That's why a woman do have sense of know they're in their comfort zone when you got a man that's going to make sure you're all right. Versus losing all your holes and you broke, you go to snorting dope, you go to shooting dope, you go freebasing dope and all this.
Oh,
you're going to lose the hoe anyway.
See, he using stereotypes. He so losing all your hoes in it. Well, now what hoes is you talking about? You see what I'm saying? Or it's because he doesn't say women. You see what I'm saying? He trying to use like stereotype. Oh, yeah, lose your hoes. Oh, short dope. What are you talking about?
Because she going to start smoking too because her man is doing it.
You could tell they really
everybody
feel
gonna
about
be
the
broke.
pimping.
You know, I could have retired back in 92, 91. But they knocked my boots off from helping my friends. So when I get busted for drugs from helping my friend, I cross the line that I don't ordinarily go, having love for my friends. But you don't get the same love back, you know. If I go do 5 years, they waiting on me to come back because I'm the king of the game. They're not doing nothing till I get back. All 5. What has y'all been doing?
Just true.
When they fall off, they can't even get back. But you're supposed to be all about this game because you only know one thing, how to be a damn fool. You have to have something else to do in order to keep your game together.
Damn, look. He just called the pimp a fool. He just called the pimping a fool. Did you hear this nigga? Fuck this nigga. Did you hear this nigga? That's crazy. He using niggas. That's crazy.
Because once they lose respect, you cannot get it back. If I tell you a duck to pull a truck and take a chain, pull a train, believe it. Because that's all I know is the real and the truth. I don't care how sharp you think you talk, whatever it is. When I bring that truth to you, that vault will fall off. You know.
Tell me a duck
So
to
that's
pull
why
a truck
I can't
when
really
you
come to life
stupid.
about this game, you know. And I've been standing tall for 62 to 3 years straight, riding brand new. You know,
How old are you now?
I'm 80.
80.
You only worth what you can sell. You only worth what you can sell. Now, I'm the only one that's been rocking steady all these years.
Hold on, man. You only worse. This nigga, man, you just getting worse and worse. First off, you look good for 80, sir. Okay? Okay, for sure you look good for 80. Definitely look good for 80. You sound good for 80. I mean, your thoughts is a little off, okay, but you're looking good for 80, man. So, cheers to you, brother. Okay? Black man. Now, aside from that, you know, pimping ass nigga. What you talking about, Virgil? You gotta stop with this malarkey. Is that? I don't know. I just want to say malarkey, whether the word go or not. It feels like it's supposed to. Let me wind it. Nigga talking about some chain could pull a. Hold on. First off, you ain't the truth. You just said shit. The duck could pull a truck.
You know. So that's why I care when it comes to life about this game. You know. And I've been standing tall for 62 to 3 years straight, riding brand new. You know.
How old are you now?
I'm 80.
80.
You only worth what you can sell. You only worth what you can sell.
Okay, duck could pull a truck a little, put what, get a little toy little Lego, and put a rope around a little duck's neck, and then let the duck pull it. It's a truck. It's a duck. Ask, yeah, okay, yeah, all right.
Now, I'm the only one that's been rocking steady all these years, and I just had a brawl today on the way over here. What took me so long?
Both of us been rocking steady.
Yeah. See, I'm a little older than Ken. See, I was a little older than him. See, and
he said he's
been the boss of the game.
Oh, I missed it. He said he just what on the way over there?
Have something else to do in order to keep your game together. Because once they lose respect, you cannot get it back. If I tell you a duck will pull a truck and take a chain, pull a train, believe it. Because that's all I know is the real and the truth. Believe it. Because that's all I know is the real and the truth. I don't care how sharp you think you talk, whatever it is, when I bring that truth to you, that false gonna fall off. Yeah. You know. So that's why I care when it comes to life about this game, you know. And I've been standing tall for 62 to 3 years straight, riding brand new. You know.
How old are you now?
I'm 80.
80.
You only worth what you can sell. You only worth what you can sell. Now, I'm the only one that's been rocking steady all these years. And I just had a brawl today on the way over here. What took me so long?
Both of us been rocking steady.
Yeah. See, I'm a little older than Ken.
I just got a brawl today.
I was a little older than him. See, and he's been the boss of the game. I know this for a definite fact. I admire his get down. Because once they lose respect, you cannot get it back. If I tell you a duck will pull a truck and take a chain, pull a train, believe it. Because that's all I know is the real and the truth. I don't care how sharp you think you talk, whatever it is, when I bring that truth to you, that false gonna fall off. Yeah. You know. So that's why I care when it comes to life about this game, you know. And I've been standing tall for 62 to 3 years straight, riding brand new. You know.
How old are you now?
I'm 80.
80.
You only worth what you can sell. You only worth what you can sell. Now, I'm the only one that's been rocking steady all these years, and I just had a brawl today on the way over here. What took me so long?
Both of us been rocking steady.
Yeah. See, I'm a little older than Ken. See, I was a little older than him. See, and he's been the boss of the game. I know this for a definite fact. I admire his get down, and I tells him that. But,
I love you too, brother.
Yeah, it's my loved one right here. This is like not just friend, brother. Because he showed me real.
I'm 61 on my birthday.
61.
See, he showed me realness, you know? And that's all I'm looking for, because I'm going to give you the realness back.
He showed you
Yeah,
realness.
it ain't going to be no one way with me.
Yes, sir.
And that's the way I carry
ain't
it, you
no
know.
pimping, that's realness.
And any bros that come to me, if they do
I'm
their
over here
duty,
talking about, pimping. Because this nigga, but they both have no pimping, to be honest. Nigga, they're the best. That's what they Max. Okay. Max and Max. Ex-pimp, what's that? Get out of here. You know what I'm saying? For real. Listen, every time y'all hear these, look, anytime you hear pimping Ken and all them talking about the pimp, ex-pimp, right? You're not that. Get out of here. You don't have the spirit in you no more. You know what I'm saying? It's going, to even say it. You don't even have enough game to even explain. Look, like I say, look, you don't think these laws know codes? Somebody told me, they said, I'm gonna be a Mac. Why? Because a Mac ain't got no penal code. What are you talking about? You don't think they still know that? This is y'all gonna be a Diddy. You know what I'm saying? Shit.
you ain't got nothing to worry about. But if you half stepping, and I know that you half stepping, you gonna know that you're half stepping. Them bros ain't no damn fool. They gonna make you out of a trick if you're not. And you're not even gonna know it. They play long range games like suckers do. So that's just how it is,
A lot of the women in the game seem to come, based on all the interviews I've done, they come from broken childhoods.
Some of them.
Broken families.
Some of them come from seeing the other friends do it. I mean, when you're young, you do what young people do. You be a damn fool. Just like all us have been. We grow out of that and we become knowledgeable. That's the same way the women do. They be around their friends. They more friends with their friends than he is their own man. Woman got secrets right now with their friends that the man don't never know. And they got sense of know how to stay ahead of a man. That's why, see, you got to look at what they're not saying. I hear what they're saying, but I look into what they're not saying.
Yes, sir.
Niggas lose their hold and they don't even know how they lost.
Are women dishonest?
Or they dishonest.
Yeah.
That's just women's nature. Ask Eve. First woman in the world. Yeah, that's their nature.
You just have to accept that.
He wasn't.
Well, you don't accept none of it.
That's what I'm saying. He wasn't dishonest. The snake deceived me. What did Eve lie about? That's what I'm saying. They just be talking.
It's your job to keep them in line, because you got to lead by example. Yes. I don't care how you do it. Don't think you smart enough to scare a woman and she going to get scared not to do it again. She going to keep trying.
Absolutely.
That's their nature. So you have to stand on these P's for real.
Hold on.
And a lot of them to be out there.
Hold on, see, now what P's? See, that's what I'm saying. But he's a Mac. You see what I'm saying? Get out of here. I love this Pimp. Get out of here, you Mac ass nigga. Now you will stand on these P's. What you talking about? They stand on M's. Why'd you have something else, Mr. Mac? Come on, man. Stand on these P's. What P's? Every P but the pimping? Come on now. But you gotta stand. Come on now. What you talking about? And yeah, I mean that's game what he's saying as far as like, okay, don't think she won't do it again, or you could, okay, that's true. That's some game. But then you always mess it up. Why wouldn't it just go back to talking about some P's, some pimping? You already said, come on. That's go back to be a dude rather than to be a fool. Wasn't that you?
Representing P's?
Bullshit.
Man.
Yeah, the street pimps now are embarrassing.
It's the turnaround. It's really bad now.
Yeah.
Because nobody out there leading by example. I lead by example. You can look at my deeds of action and tell what my get down is. If you've been around it, you should know it.
Is there any advice from two experts in the game that you can share with squares to help them in their world?
Squares need to stay in a square's place. A square ain't got no room to be in a hustler's place. See, like I say, macking, pimping, hustlers, all this under one umbrella. It all mean the same thing because it's nothing but a title.
But it's a different world than the square world.
No, it don't. See, now he wanted to incorporate it all. No. See, that's why I say shout out to the pimping. I ain't never known the pimping who ever wanted to be anything else or call anything else but the motherfucking pimping. Come on now.
I think the squares have more fun. And the reason why I say that, look at Michael Jordan, look at Oprah Winfrey, look at Jay-Z. and look at the underworld. You know, your
so
time
funny.
is maybe 10.
He said squares have more fun. Pimping ain't easy, but it's fun. You know what I'm saying? You know, shit, pimping ain't easy, horny hard, right? But look, pimping ain't easy, but it's fun. Like, come on now, if you gonna pimp, if you really pimping, come on now. But he said, oh, squares have more fun. How? That's stupid. I would just fucking have more fun being a square. Come on now. You know what squares have to go through? The fucking
15 years, that's a good run. Then you in and out the penitentiary. Both of us have been in prison.
Yeah.
So, you know, now that I'm the founder of the hip hop fraternity, I deal with like, I don't know if I should name the organization, but I just give y'all a synopsis. It's an organization, it costs $35,000 to join, and it's all millionaires, and it's all billionaires. We had a meeting about a week ago. It was $1.3 trillion worth of people in the room. So these conversations is different. In the Bible, I read many years ago, we talk about David. So David, he wasn't the King David that we knew first.
Nah, I'm gonna be real, because I don't want to be no hater, because I ain't for sure no hater. But I do notice the little gold little shades in the background, like the gold little, you know, the little shadows of gold in the backdrop. You know, so I could see how they might have coordinated that.
He overheard his brother and his father having a conversation, the perks of a king. Virgil's, you know, concubines, yada, 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 yada. And that's what made David slew Goliath. He took that rock, pow, he whipped it, pow. Goliath, gone. Because David had a different level of understanding. You know, now that I'm in these rooms and I understand banking, I understand financing, I understand how to leverage debt, I understand what a C corporation is and what subsidiaries and parents and all these different companies and shit. Now I see life from a different perspective. So I told him, I said, I think I'm converted. I think I'm a Mack now. I think you converted me because I do so many things, you know what I'm saying?
You had to when the game changed.
Yeah, I have 9 companies. You know, I mean, I got Hip Hop, HHF Magazine, HHF Clothing, I have HHF Awards, I have HHF Social Media, everything. Diversification and vertical integration, controlling all distributions of the game. You know, so yeah, we are all aspiring to be Macks. I think we all kind of went to Mack and didn't even know it because we went from the track to the Apple Mac. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? We started putting the bitches on the internet.
Right.
So we was already Macking. You see what I'm saying? But we didn't call it Macking. But we were Macking. And a lot of things, but you know, I just talked on early when Pimps Up Hoes came to me and Brent Owens was saying, we want you to shoot a movie. You know, it was Bishop, you know, all of them, Seymour. And I said, okay. But I said, I got one caveat. I said, I want to shoot my movie too, Pimpology, which is for free now on YouTube. You go
Okay, so he's just taking it all this time to promote now. And like I said, I ain't hating the game. I see it. But golly. But okay, go ahead and promote. Go ahead, Ken, do your thing. Shit.
My podcast, Pimp King podcast, I issued for free. But at that time, I was making millions of dollars. So I got a distribution with Scriptmaster, with a Southern music distribution. So I became a Mack at that juncture and not even knowing I was a Mack because I was so caught up in the pimping. And I'm thinking like, yeah, man, I don't do nothing. It's all on the bitch. ING mean I'm not going to send a bitch. That's what ING mean.
No, ING means I need God. Okay, ING. Introduce a new game. Okay. I need guidance. Instruct new game. Implement new game. All right. ING. Okay. I'm not going. Okay. Come on now.
I'm going to send a bitch. So I'm thinking I'm ING. But all the time,
when
I was
really, ING is the action. Okay, if you really want to know. Okay, the ING is the action. Pimp.
Businessman. Even when I was pimping, I had clothing stores. When HBO came to Milwaukee, they came to a clothing store that I had downtown, which I was doing $30,000 a month in business.
Okay, now the difference in one now, I don't know if he's trying to counter, whatever, shit, give a damn rebuttal to what Virgil was talking about when he was like, oh, well, a Mack has, more game and da-da-da-da. Well, one key thing is he's talking about now, like I said, Ken's talking about his stores and stuff that he has that he was doing right to me, which is good. You see what I'm saying? However, Virgil's still saying, well, but mine all still came from the bitch. You see what I'm saying? However, whatever Virgil was doing, whatever bitch he was dealing with could have been any type of bitch, even his friends, right? So come on now. But on the other hand, Ken, he's talking about trying to say, oh, well, I'm a pimp, but all the pipes, got all off a hoe and da da da. But even when I had hoes, I was still doing this and this and that, trying to prove yourself to Virgil, nigga, when you really just showing that you was a Mac too, because you already called yourself a Mac. You both Mac ass niggas. But since it's a title and it's all the same, then come on, man. Don't let these guys fool you, man. Look. And, then look, shout out to, like I say, this ain't all show of you. No, this just real. This is even just logical, okay? Say if I wasn't even pimping, right? This is just logical. If you just, hear what they say, but you have to have knowledge of the game, they just mumbo, they're both Max. Or when it comes to the pimping, hey, you know what? Fuck all everything I just said right there. Pimps know pimps. And this ain't the pimping, period. That we could start based on even what they're saying, how they're saying it, and it's fine. It's fine. But they ain't. But see, at least Virgil owning his little Mac ways because he sound like a Mac being. But Ken, you too, Ken. Just call, why just call Mac Ken? Ooh, Mac Ken, that Mac Ken. Ooh, there you go. No more pimping. You went from pimping. Look, no more pimping Ken. It's Mac Ken, nigga. Mac Ken. Ooh, that's hard. Mac Ken. That's probably what I'm going to put in there. That's your new nickname, Mac Ken. You know what I'm saying? Mac Ken. Mac Ken. There you go. Mac Ken. Mac Ken. Mac and Ken. Mac and Ken. Mac and Ken. Mac and Ken. Mac Ken. Mac Ken. yeah, there you go. Mac Ken. Mac Ken. Mac and Ken. Mac and Ken. Mac Ken. I like that better. Mac Ken. Like I can't say Ken. Mac Ken. There you go. Mac Ken. There you go. You Mac Ken. Hey. Mac Ken. That's Mac Ken. Yeah.
So I was a Mac by default, not knowing what I was a Mac. You know what I'm saying? So that's why it's so interesting to hear him and talk to him on the phone so much about being a Mac. And then I said, damn, you know what, man? I think I was that. I think I was back.
So you guys are both businessmen.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I was a businessman at a very young age. When I was in prison, I couldn't read or write. So it was a book called Iceberg Slim. I don't know if you ever read it. So I read that book, The Story of My Life, but I was reading, and in jail you pass the books. So it took me a month to pass the book, and all the jail like, motherfucker, pass the book, nigga. The fuck wrong with you, nigga? What you doing? Nigga, ain't no naked pictures there. You can't jack up off of. They talking crazy, and I was so embarrassed because I was had a little baby rep. I went and got my GED, and then I became a model student. I went to the University of Baraboo in Wisconsin, and I made a 4-point average. And I seen that I wasn't really as dumb as I thought I was dumb. Right. It was psychological, right? Because of abandonment issues. My mother had 9 kids, so I was like the 5th child. So when I was a baby at Goo. She was Googling me. Then when my brother Marvin came, she abandoned me. Like, oh, you through. And I found out all my brothers and sisters was bad. So I had abandonment issues, and that's why I would fuck up in school and act crazy. Like you said, women have trauma. I had trauma too. I was molested by a female at 3 years old. Imagine that, Mark. At 3 years old. My girlfriend.
He got introduced to the game by the Iceberg Slim book in prison. Did y'all hear that? Vicious.
The time at 12 years old, I can't say her name because she gonna know I'm talking about her. I caught her in the bed with another man. I'm traumatized. I'm desensitized. I go to prison. My mama. This is all 3 females in traumatic situations. My mama, believe it or not, left me for dead in prison. Didn't come see me not one time, but seen my brother every day when he was there. So that kind of shaped me for pimping. So it was a pimp partner in there named Pimp and Poke made rest.
Damn, that's crazy. So you got molested when you was 3. Now, I'm a Scorpio. Hey, right? and we're known to have long memories, right? But 3 years old, I'm not sure if I can remember then. Okay, you know what I'm saying? But that's just that. But then he want to say, okay, mom saw my brother, but she didn't see me, so that gave me the heart to pimp because you got mad at your mama, nigga.
The piece, we was sellies, because he had shot this dude named Pimping Sam off his car because Sam was like being very
Oh, he
unpimp,
giving
like
his
he
story,
had
y'all.
knocked
Remember I
Sam for a
said,
bit.
hold on. He giving his story. Hold on.
Pimp partner in there named Pimp and Poke, may he rest in peace. We was sellies, because he had shot this dude named Pimping Sam off his car because Sam was like being very unpimp, like he had knocked Sam for a bitch, but Sam wasn't really accepting the servant. So Sam, got on his car, jumped on the car, and Poke shot him up off the car. So he ended up in jail with me. I was doing petty crimes. I was in there for a petty crime. So, of course I'm curious. I had my first bitch when I was 16, but I wasn't really pimping. I was mispimping. So I said, say, man, Pope, what is the secret to pimping? He said, you got to have all the sympathy removed out your heart. He said, you got to go to the doctor and have a triple bypass. So basically he said, you can have no sympathy. He said, the problem with Sam get me for a bitch. I can't say her name neither, but everybody know what I'm talking about. He said, Sam get me for a bitch, and Sam fell in love with her because she would wipe the sweat off his face. Every time he got to piss, she'd grab his dick and hold his dick while he pissed. His stomach growled, she feeding food, because that's what a pimp do. A pimp give bitches instructions. Everything come out of pimp mouth is instructions. So he giving the bitch instructions. Hey, bitch, you know what I'm saying? Do this. Hey, bitch, go take the garbage out. So that's what she was doing. But Sam had never really experienced that. So he mistaked that instructions for love. You see? And Sam said Poke told me there's no difference between an in-pocket bitch or out-of-pocket bitch. He said you treat them all the same and you would never go wrong. That's why I became the Larry J. Pimp and Ken, one international pimp, national pimp, won trophies in every city. Wherever they had players ball, Pimp and Ken won it. That's why I'm so revered and so respected, because, I played by that one rule. That one rule.
What is it about the pimp world? I've had so many pimps in those stools telling me
so
about how great they are.
To respect it. Okay, much love and respect. All right.
Awesome they are.
Well, pimping is what pimping does.
I think it's a culture, I think.
Pimping is what pimping does, right? But mine is documented. You go to Pimps Up, Hoes Down, you can see the trophies. Me and Bishop
that don't mean nothing.
Grandmaster
I don't look. I ain't trying to rain on nobody's parade in game, but like I say, if hey, picture. I'm gonna throw a perspective ball, and I'm gonna invite a couple of my partners and some of the people that I know. I'm gonna present it like a secret thing, so now everybody's invited, and I know that people's gonna want to be, crowned and all this type of stuff. So I'm gonna give a live guy from Canada. I said Canadian. Oh shit, that's Canadian and Canada together. I said Canadian. That's vicious. Damn, I said Canadian. Canadian. Canadian blood. Oh, man. Oh, shit, that's crazy. I said Canadian. I ain't never said that. Y'all ain't never heard that in y'all's life. But they said Canadian. They was from there, Canadian. Dang, so it's a Canadian. Canadian. All right. Oh, this nigga crazy. This nigga kill, man. Nigga say Canadian. Okay.
Shit is documented.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of people going to say,
you guys are the kings of the game.
So did y'all hear? So look, that's I told you. He learned some game in jail. Okay, now I ain't trying to rain in y'all's parade, y'all who's might be doing some time, in prison right now, trying to learn how to pimp. Do you just pimping, okay? But you gotta be in them streets, man. You know what I'm saying? That's just it's just the thing, And I ain't never heard a pimp say he wanted to be anything ever other than some pimping in my life.
Dude.
Well, I wouldn't say I was a king of the game because I'm gonna tell you something that you and your audience probably don't know. There's some pimps that's way greater than me, Bishop, and him together. You never hear about him. Mm-hmm. I ain't gonna say his name because I ain't no snitch. It's a pimp that was in Miami. 33 bitches. On his own strip club. Every bitch in the strip club was his bitch. This motherfucker right now is rich as fuck. Like right now. Like seriously. Nobody never hear his name. Matter of fact, his name would really tell you who he is, but I can't say it. But this motherfucker was boss. And he did it on the fullest. I know a couple other pimps out of Minnesota. I can't say their name either, but everybody gonna know who I'm talking about. 2 of everything, 2 Ferraris, 2 Rolls Royces, 2 Maybachs, 2 everything. I didn't do it on that level. I went platinum on the pussy. I sold over $1 million of pussy. I mean, we gonna get that part clear. But these guys are way more elite pimps. They play golf. They put money in the presidential campaigns. They own real estate, whole subdivisions. They did the right thing. They turned their whole ends into dividends. And nobody never know who they was and never met them. They don't want to be. They'll never get on.
Okay, so why you want to be?
They
why you
refuse.
want to be?
Yeah.
I always make a statement, big games play smooth out of sight. So if you can't pin a person down, you cannot understand what their movement is. So whenever you get to a certain level, you never know what a person get down in because you're not on that level. And I learned that you keep your game out front to keep protection off you in the back. See, most people in life have a knife in their back all the time and don't even realize it. And that's how the game treats you if you're not doing it correctly.
Absolutely.
And you can't never pin down. Just like I hear a lot of people say, he been a drug dealer.
If he said a knife
ain't
in your
no
back,
person that said it ever bought no drugs from me. That's one of the most stupidest shit you can.
What should they say?
And nobody never know who they was and never met them. They don't want to be. They'll never get on soft white underbelly. They refuse.
Yeah.
I always make a statement, big games play smooth out of sight. So if you can't pin a person down, you cannot understand what their movement is. So whenever you get to a certain level, you never know what a person get down in because you're not on that level. And I learned that you keep your game out front to keep protection off you in the back. See, most people in life have a knife in their back all the time and don't even realize it. And that's how the game treats you if you're not doing it correctly.
I thought he said knot in the back.
And
cause I got a knot in my back.
You can't never pin down. Just like I hear a lot of people say, he been a drug dealer. This ain't no person that said it ever bought no drugs from me. That's one of the most stupidest shit you can ever say. Go on some hearsay. We didn't come up like that. Now, I been a supplier, and that was decades ago. It didn't last long. I was on the Felix Mitchell level. Everything I ever done, I do it. I done it big and I done it slick. They used to call me the magic man, but they couldn't see nothing that I've done.
Real game ain't transparent though, right?
No, it's not. No, it's not transparent. So you can't. That's why I said big game play smooth out of sight. And
let me ask you a question. The young men that are maybe African American, a lot of them are struggling to make it in the world. They're hustling this, they're selling drugs, they're doing whatever they're doing.
Right.
They certainly don't look like they're on the road to get to where you guys are right now.
Well, you got to have a mindset for this game.
What do you see wrong in this younger generation?
Can I say something? Mm-hmm. Okay, so everything we did it elite. Now, let me give you something. I ain't never said this on nobody's podcast, and I hope the young people don't take it the wrong way. But let me show you how, when you ask him what the girls get out of it, they supposed to get motivation and inspiration. how do you get most motivation, inspiration? What I would do, somebody rob a jewelry store, I buy the jewelry. I take the jewelry, I go to my jeweler, I said, say man, put a tag on this jewelry, you know, because it don't have a tag, it's stolen. And it'd be like worth $20,000. Put a $20,000 tag on it. I wouldn't sell the jewelry. I'd go get one of my hoes and say, come on, let's go to this jewelry store. We take her to the jewelry store. She put the ring on. I asked her, do she like it? I said, what kind of deal are you gonna do? He said, give me $5,000 down, Ken, and owe me $15,000. It's my ring already. He working the game with me. I do the same thing with my fur. My guy that I bought the furs from. I get some hot minks off the streets. I go get the mink. I tell him put $20,000 on it. I go to the brow and I say, you know, come look at me and I can't say his name, but everybody know Bernie. Yeah, Bernie would say, yeah, I like this. This is really nice car. I say, I like that. This motherfucker is cold. We put that concept in her head. She picks that coat every time. She got the coat. She got the diamond. Then I go and I'll lease an apartment. I'll lease the apartment for $1,000. I'll sublease it to her for $5,000. Now what I did, instead of beat her and forced her, what I did, I create responsibilities. I gave her motivation. Now she got something to work up to. So now she working to pay the ring off. She working.
That's crazy. Now, do you hear that game? He locked her in like he conned her. See what I'm saying? Look, shit, he gonna put her in debt. You know what I'm saying? Whose name was the place in, hers or yours? You see what I'm saying? Yours, right? That's why you say subleased it. So now it's like, I have you under contract, so if you don't want to stop hoeing, then, or if you don't want to build me no more, then no, you have your lease. If you break your lease, then that's it. See, the type of nigga that's what I'm saying, man. That's shit. See how niggas do? See how they expose themselves, y'all? You see?
Get a mink coat off. She working to get the apartment. Then I go get a car. I go to the auction. I had an auction dealer's license because I bought so many cars. I get the car for like $12,000. I tell the car is $30,000. And all this, believe it or not, it's American. It's legal. They do it the jeweler do it, the fur do it. I'm just doing it. You know what I'm saying? They buy wholesale, sell retail.
Everybody's dishonest.
No, it's not even. It's legitimate business. America as a whole, and she for sale. So I'm just pimping on the whole. The American bitch. So this bitch here, she understand because they do it all the time. They buy low and sell high. So I'm buying low and I'm selling high, but I'm giving them motivation, inspiration. You see what I'm saying?
She feels taken care of.
So that's why they say.
Obligation.
That's why I say we don't put hands on hoes. We put plans on hoes.
Yeah.
Pimping is a no contact sports. No evidence, no fingerprints. That's how I look at the game. So that's what makes him and I elite. So now, you know, in my book, The Art of Human Chess, I give an example of how my host was getting $1,000 a night in the strip club. People didn't believe me. I said, well, my host, she go in there, she take the trick, she take him back there, she take him to the ATM, she hit the ATM, she could see an inquiry receipt, he got $50,000, $60,000 in the account. She legitimately works with the waitress, she legitimately works with security and the bar. So now what she does, she tell the trick, we're gonna play this little game. And the game is called Drink Me Under the Table. So she drinking water, the trick drinking vodka. He's getting drunk. So now he get drunk. In every restaurant you ever been to, what did you see at the bottom? Gratuity, right? Tips. So her job is to take where it say tip and get the trick drunk enough and write it there and say, honey, is it okay? Can I write me a tip? Yes. She said, okay, I'm gonna do $10. Instead of doing $10, she put an extra couple zeros on it and make it 1,000. Yeah. She do that 4 or 5 times a day, she getting 5,000. Now that's the next level game. See, these guys that just coming in here, you know what I'm saying? They itty bitty committee. You know, it's big shit popping, little shit dropping. They don't understand real pimping. See, what I'm telling you is real pimping.
He just told you some bullshit. He just told you the bitch still ain't got he just told you this. So now the trick comes back and, oh, I didn't do that. You know what I'm saying? And then something else go. You know what I'm saying? That's game. That's game. But all that real pimping, that's game. But come on now, we ain't. What, Trixie the bitch again? Oh, yeah, bitch, you thought I was drunk. I still remember it. You know what I'm saying? They run back the cameras, see the bitch. Now what, the bitch can't go there no more? Now what? Now it's an issue? See? You got to look about that part too. It's not. See, that's what I'm saying. This ain't a fucking, you know, you know, you know. This shit, I don't even, man, that shit just irritated me. But yeah, that's only because he said that. That's pimping. Shut up, nigga.
Motherfuckers don't do it like this, Mark. Really. If they did, and I hope they don't copy what I'm doing because it's still human trafficking, so don't take it. But
Because what I'm saying is, oh yeah, the bartender got to be involved. This person got to be involved, and everybody get a cut. Come on, man.
I'm saying, you know, because they call it coercion now. But back then, we was elevating bitches. So if you look at Pimps Up, Hold Down, you see that one scene with me and my host, all of them have on minks and diamonds. All of them had on minks. They wore the best clothes. Their hair was all done, you know, because I didn't really just take the money.
Knockoffs.
I gave up game. You see what I'm saying, Mark? So it's a difference in giving a bitch some game. You know, like when a guy beat a woman up, he said pow, pow, pow. That means he ran out of game.
I didn't know you sling him like that.
Yeah, I used to box.
Oh, I see
in prison
that.
though. In prison. So they run out of game. I'd rather run out of money before I run out of game. You take all my money, but just let me hold my game.
Yeah.
And I think that's the problem. So when you see me and him doing businesses and stuff like that, it's the formality of game that we got in it. Like, you know, a lot of people don't know, I know a lot about banking. I know a lot about credit. They hear me talk about it online. Well, what I do is I decipher, you know, even your show, I could decipher where you winning at. Because I'm looking at the game, I said, Mark Cole, you know, what he doing, that's some slick ass shit. You know what I'm saying? I could decipher your game and I can see the game in it. You know, so me being in corporate America and me getting a book deal for Ice-T with Simon & Schuster, the biggest company in the world, and a book deal for Boosie, it's because I peeped the game. Simon & Schuster gave me my book deal, Pimpology for the 8 Laws of Game. They gave me 6 figures for that book. It's documented. It's one of the best-selling books in prison on the street. But guess what? I learned some game. So when I'm in there, I'm talking to Simon Schuster, and they got all these marketing people and all these publicists and stuff. This is what I peeped, Mark. They said, okay, Ken, what we going to call the book? And they try to, somebody said, well, let's make it similar to Iceberg Slim. And then the lady was like, well, you know, I don't know, that might not get us in the right section of Barnes & Nobles, right? So I said, we'll get you in the right section of Barnes & Noble. Well, you know, usually like self-help books, Robert Greene, you know, so-and-so. I said, which book of Robert Greene? She said, The 48 Laws of Power. So my mind, I'm a gameologist, right? So my mind thinking so fast, Mark, I said, well, let's call the book The 48 Laws of Pimping. Let's call it The 48 Laws of Game / Pimpology.
Tell me some of the 48 laws of pimping.
Well, the first law is purse first, ass last.
Say it again.
Purse first, ass last.
Purse first, ass last.
Yeah, so if you think I'm handsome, pay my ransom. If you can't give me no assistance, keep your distance. You know what I'm saying? Sock it to my pocket like a rocket. So the way I do it, I do the ism and I do the game, the life. So the ism is the pimping. The life is the real life scenario, right?
That's
So what I say is that if you go and you buy a Picasso, right, you know, and you pay $100 million for it, you know, you paying for that because the value that they put on it, the rarity of the painting, right? Well, I said a pimp dick is like a Picasso. If you think I'm handsome, pay my ransom, I'm not finna give my dick.
So why you say that's not what the ism is? Because I can already hear you haters in the back. What kind of ism? Mackism, playerism, you see what I'm saying? Haterism, right? Ism is just ism. Bitch ass niggism. Shit.
Up like this, I ain't tend to zipper like him. You know what I'm saying? I'm not just giving my dick up like that. I got a meat on my Peter. The longer bitch stay, the longer the bitch got to pay. You know what I'm saying? This is me. This is how I really feel. So I look at myself like a rare painting. And I also look at purse first, ass last, like McDonald's. Go order a 2-all beef patty, special sauce on a sesame seed bun, which is a Big Mac. They gonna say pay at window 1. And then you get the Big Mac at window 2. Even McDonald's is purse first, ass last. I mean, we dealing with game. So that's what I'm saying. That's the difference. That's why I call it the 48 Laws of Game. Another one's get a name in the game. You know, a lot of people, you know, they think pimping is, getting on the bitch, hey, bitch, sock it to my pocket like, hey, bitch, you know what I'm saying? Me go and choose up a pimp. They think that's what a pimp is. No. Get a name in the game means, you know, be reputable. Wear nice jewelry. So I said, hey, baby, we're going to get some jewelry. I'm going to wear the fly suits. I'm going to look good. I have custom glasses. That's this nigga. It's him. You just sold your bitch to him. So as long as he can stay looking good, guess who's gonna have the most hoes? Cause you're selling the bitch me. I'm the fucking dream.
Right.
See what I'm saying? Right. And they don't understand that. That's the same thing in corporate America. Who wear the red tie, the blue tie, the Armanis? Who get the money?
Kids today do not look like you two guys.
No, because it's been a disconnect in the game.
Right.
Tell them.
Oh yeah, most definitely. They come from
That's a good way to say it.
the rap
Your
world.
turn. That
We
nigga
come
was
from the
talking.
classic world. How you start is how it finished. Like we've been in the game all these years, but we done retired. But look how it started and how it finished. We're gonna keep this campaign going on because what it is. I'd be ashamed to go somewhere sometimes scared I'm overdressed because I don't have my this on, that on, but this is me. It's what I always been. When I was 19, 20 years old, this was me. Yeah, I never changed my flavor.
Every time I've seen you, you dress to kill.
Yeah, I never changed my flavor, So I'm trying to keep it on
I think
above board on the same level,
I think too. See, they had the ABCs. We had the
1, 2, 3,
XYZs.
XYZ.
We had the full game.
Stupid.
They don't understand that
That's like the fool.
debonair is a word for a reason.
Just XYZ.
A lot of people don't know in the 1800s, pimps. The word pimp mean debonair. You know that, did you?
No.
Do the research. It was debonair. It was a good thing.
Debonair, yeah.
It didn't become negative, Mark, until the 60s when you had Superfly and Dynamite and the Mack.
Right.
That's when it became black exploitation, right? And that's when the pimp began to get its negative connotations. But before that, you could go look at some of the old movies. They be like, I'm a pimp. And pimp means you're debonair, you're a gentleman. But it's, we talking about etymology, right? The Bible wasn't always called, the Bible. It was called something else. It wasn't always in Latin. At one time it was in Greek, and then it went to Aramaic. So things change as we evolve in life. Like Darwin said,
He said
evolution. Things.
Bible wasn't always called the Bible. It was called something else. Oh shit.
Go through an evolutionary process, and that's what happened with the game.
Mm-hmm.
Back then when I was young, we had typewriters and big old cell phones, like the big ones. You remember them big cell phones? Now they got smartphones with dumb people.
Mm-hmm.
Dumb people got smartphones. So the time has changed, and they'll say, "Man, y'all niggas outdated," but me and him both can go in any vendor along with Bishop. Any Seymour, we go any vendor, and guess what's gonna happen? Oh, can I take a picture with y'all? I know when you first seen Bishop, you was like, man, this guy is really great. You like, wow.
From another planet.
Yeah. So the dress thing works. It's just that these young people, and then I'm gonna go a little bit more deeper than that, right? So when we was growing up, we had the Temptations, you had the OJs, and they all dressed like we dress.
Right.
Now all the young people, they doing what Lil Wayne doing. They got tattoos on their face. They got red rags. They Crips. They Bloods like Snoop Dogg. They following culture.
Exactly.
So they being culturated a little different. You know what I'm saying, Virgil? So I guess if they would have been our era, they probably would have been nice dresses as well.
It's a hip hop thing.
Well, I think they're also broke. A lot of them are broke.
Oh yeah, most.
No one's got money.
Because the hoes do what they want to do now. You know what I'm saying? These hoes don't need pimps. I remember one time, and I go back, Mark, long enough to say this, right? This is, statue ran out. But a partner of mine, we was both in a city where the track was dead. And everybody was getting money except for me and him. And he said, Ken, man, we got to do the internet. So I tried the internet, and I put the bitch on, was it Backpage or whatever the fuck it was. I'm trying the game. This is way, way back in the gap. So I put the bitch on Backpage, and so she got out on me. And I'm like, who do I call? Who do I serve? Is I'm gonna see the bitch tonight on the Blade? Ain't no more Blade, ain't no more track. So I can't find this bitch. Come to find out, this bitch was smart. She moved to the hotel across the street, and she's booking her own calls. So ain't nobody calling me. She don't need no pimp to be on the track. When we was on the track, You know,
This
you got to
fake
be
ass nigga
represented.
said
You
she
got to
was
be with
smart.
Virgil. You got to be with Mark. You got to be with another pimp. If you ain't with no pimp, then they call you a renegade, and you're out of pocket. You can put you under pimp
not
arrest.
smart
Pimp arrest
bitches
when
if you
you
do
can
that.
break a bitch on the spot, take the money, and just, hey, bitch, give me that money. You
Stupid.
ain't with no pimping. You know what I'm saying? Shut the fuck up, hoe. You know what I'm saying? That was how it was back in the day. So now we didn't regulated ourselves to the phone. I said, man, fuck this shit. I can't do it because I said, man, the reason why I can't do it, I can't be in a game where a bitch can regulate my money, or she can go to another hotel and don't have to choose no pimp. Ain't nobody gonna serve me, and she's still out there getting money like her cables is open like Warner Cable, and she get money out both dry legs. I can't accept that. That is not cool to me. So that was one of the factors that really made me say, fuck this shit, because the game had changed so tremendously, and the power is in the hoes. Now the power is really in the hoes, because if you do the wrong thing to a bitch, you talk to her wrong, I'm finna call the police. I'm finna call the feds. They gonna get you for human trafficking. Hey, come on, baby, please don't do that. Come on, baby, don't do me like
Okay,
that.
that's
Mama,
true.
listen, chill,
Yeah, I've
mama,
been saying
please.
that.
Come on now, mama, you know we better than that.
And
But
they
now
can
the
do that
bitch got
anyway.
control. And if the bitch really don't like you, she can really make that phone call,
Yeah.
and your career is over with.
Yeah, and don't care.
The game is over, man. That's why, you know, the young people is broke. Cause they been, you know, I know you. I seen an interview where you interviewed a Trick, and the Trick was saying he could take the hoe. Yeah, he could take the hoe easily, because there's no rules and no regulations like it used to be. You know, it used to be the Trick get in there, you light a cigarette. When the cigarette's out, bitch, you out the room. You know what I'm saying? I mean, light a cigarette, turn your day, get the fuck up out of there. No relationship. A bitch couldn't have no Trick phone number unless he was a regular. All this shit they doing nowadays, and these guys, they doing it for the glory. Hey, I'm pimping so-and-so, and still really get money. I just gave you an example of how I would buy
That's
a car,
crazy.
put her in.
Well, like I say, you know, do what for the glory. You know what I mean? That bitch better have Trick numbers all damn day. What you worried about? You know, a Trick could have always took the, it ain't just nowadays. And the game ain't over. You see what I'm saying? You gotta travel. Shout out to Roddy Mack though. You know what I mean? Roddy Mack, man. You know. And that, but it's not even just him, but yeah, but shout out to him. But what I'm saying is well, I ain't gonna be a fake ass nigga. Yeah, shout out to him, because that's what I'm about to use the example for. But yeah. The Globetrotter, you know what I'm saying? He got, right, come on now. You gotta get away. You gotta go to the land of milk and honey. You know what I'm saying? Get out of America. Okay? Yeah, that's some game for all y'all, really though. Shit. All the game is over and all that shit. Okay, well let the game be over, okay, but what about the pimping though? What about the pimping now? You know what I'm saying? What game? You know what I'm saying? Come on now. You just gotta, you know, wisen up, but it ain't over. Any square bitch can just, any woman can just call the cops on any man. You hit me. That's regular, just shit. So, but I mean, for sure, it's the truth. What you saying when it comes to the prostitute? You know, it's the prostitute. You know, I mean, shit. Now they making tricking. I mean, like I say, Diddy. Y'all think about Diddy. If Diddy, all he did was he was a trick. He ordered prostitutes and had sex with them. He was the trick. And so now what? That's the first case of trick trafficking on a high level, to where it's felony. About time then, if that's the case, huh? Now let's see. Now let's see how this goes. Come on, y'all. And what this man? How much more time we got? Hey,
Me, put her in a house, you know what I'm saying, get her some diamonds, and that's $100,000 responsibility that I put on her. So she's working not for me, she's working for responsibilities. The game was different. You know, people was more poised with their game because we didn't have drugs like
And
these
he's a
guys got.
husband.
You got to remember, you know what I'm saying, a lot of them, they could revert to certain things easily. You know what I'm saying? And unlike Virgil, they dealers, they ain't Macks. So you just see a dude on the blade pimping like a motherfucker, then you ride past a trap spot, he and that motherfucker surfing out the window, you know what I'm saying? And then he see you, yeah, I'm a pimp, you know?
Exactly.
So, and you know, and that's just how the game go. And a lot of people when they get their pressure from the feds, they gangbangers too. My gangbanger, but I love all y'all. But they go and they switch over to the game too. So a lot of time when a gangbanger come to the pimping, he have gang culture, right? So he's gonna kill another pimp about a bitch because that's all he know. Like, dude, you disrespect me. Pow, 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 pow. You know, and that's how I go. So that would make a person like myself or Virgil say, man, I'm out. You know, so, but then the guys that's still in it, the young guys that's trying to follow the rules, they can't follow the rules. I had a guy, you know, I know him, he's a pimp, you know what I'm saying? I was talking to him the other day. He said, Ken, man, I ain't gonna lie, I ride with a pistol. I said, why would you ride with a pistol? I said, you know, that's the defeat in the game. He said, because man, these motherfuckers got pistols, I gotta neutralize. I ain't finna let no motherfucker kill me. And I'm like, wow, you know what I'm saying? When we was coming, it'd be 100 pimps out there wanting man. Now one pimp with a gun.
Nope, nobody.
People argue all day about bitches, and he'll take my bitch, and we'll be going back and forth about the bitch. It won't be no violence.
Look.
Well, they pistol with their mouthpiece.
Yeah, this is the
boy.
mouthpiece.
Yeah.
Can you guys each share one bit of wisdom from the game?
Okay, so wisdom is here.
Well, I can share a whole lot of wisdom.
No, I know you can, but just pick one that you think is great.
You know,
No,
elevation
and respect
is
for the
all
pimping, I
about,
can't-
You know,
I
you
can't do
start
it.
out on the bottom floor,
Listen,
you take it
y'all.
all the way.
Look, shout out to Soft White Underbelly, Mack and Virgil. You know what I'm saying? This is the Mack versus the Mack, okay? There's no pimping up here at all. Whatever they thought they was doing, how they got into the game, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to the pimping who understands exactly what I'm saying. It ain't gonna be long till y'all gonna really see what this is, okay? But all I'm saying is this. What I'm saying what this is, I'm gonna show y'all some pimping. Okay, I'm gonna show y'all some pimping. Nah, but look, but that's the thing. As far as this whole interview, I'm not surprised at all. Okay, it just confirms more. We've been misled. Okay, generation after generation. All right, they making everything trying to be the pimping, but they're not. You know what I'm saying? Wanting to be the pimping, but calling it something else. You know what I'm saying? Trying to down the pimping on one end, but then on the other end. You see what I'm saying? And this ain't nothing new. If y'all, like I say, y'all, you know, everybody who's been listening for, you know, I'm part of this shit with me for over the years. Y'all been hearing me say this. This ain't nothing new. This ain't nothing new. It just confirms it. You see what I'm saying? It just confirms it. You know, so heavy is the head that wear the crown, y'all. Heavy's head to wear the crown. And you don't know until your last day if you are who you say you are. All right.